Hello and welcome to the Volume Up podcast. Today I'm joined by the co-hosts. He was meant to say hi, guys.
I thought you were going to say our names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what?
You're such a
Like,
fucking
we've
retard.
done, we have tried several times to do this.
We're on 3
and
minutes.
this-
You're retarded.
We've been trying for 3 minutes straight. So you know what? We're keeping that.
What?
Okay.
That's our intro.
Yeah, that's our intro.
Great, okay.
Because-
Everyone listening at home, by the way, we are absolute idiots.
We are. But you know that's our charm. We need to. Separates us from everyone else. Is that we are idiots.
Oh, idiots. Well, most people are idiots these days. Just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is true. That is true. So today we're going to be talking about the world, and I was about to say a banned word, a naughty word. Actually, we can say that, right? We can say it. Coronavirus. that's it.
Coronavirus.
I was just assuming.
About the travel bans and so on, so forth. A little bit about us, so you can get to know us a bit more. Well, more so about those two, and our lockdown experience. And then to kind of finish it off quite nicely, talk about some games and new upcoming games that we like have taken an interest in. So, do you guys want to kick it off about the world? Anything in particular?
Well, obviously, we are currently stuck in quarantine. Being,
We are, yeah.
you know, it's rather dead, boring, and
A bit
there's
lonely.
Yeah.
Very lonely.
It's one of those things where this is the one time in the world where I would have actually gone out to see people, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah. Like, I've gone out to see a couple of friends, but like obviously because of some of the restrictions or whatever, you can only stay away 2 meters and that. You have to keep masks on. So it has been a bit of a pain, but I guess so then we don't actually get the virus ourselves. It's alright. I say that, but I've supposedly got it twice, and then my mother has got it once. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
great work. I think the problem
Yeah.
that I have though, like I haven't really been keeping much with the restrictions and what we have to do. More so the fact that I haven't been able to, for starters. I live like the furthest away out of all my friends, meaning going around is annoying, and I'm not that comfortable with public transport, especially now. But even so,
Yeah.
I've gone out with friends and I've hugged and whatnot. And for the rest of it, we've kept distance. But by that point, what's the point? We've already hugged.
I've barely left my house the whole time. Just stayed indoors, played games, watched tons of stuff, and just done nothing productive most of the time.
But like you were saying about like the restrictions earlier, but like the thing is, Boris Johnson has only just added in that I think hasn't he, or I can't remember if he actually has put it in now that you need to wear masks.
I think
in the UK.
I think it's on the 26th that actually
Oh,
becomes
it's
a
the
thing.
26th, right? But I think it's only in like supermarkets and closing spaces or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bit ridiculous. I think it should be that you always have to wear a mask no matter what
Yeah.
when you go outside.
Yeah, very true. I went to my local shop yesterday, and not a single person wore a mask. Like the guy behind the counter, he didn't have to wear one since he had like a glass wall between him and the customer. But everyone else, just no masks, no social distancing, and I was just shocked.
What, was you wearing a mask?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Um,
always wore a mask. I feel like it's just more comfortable to go outside. But the one problem with having a mask is that if it's really, really sunny out, I don't want to have that awkward tan line on my face, whereas I have the mask on. That would be the worst.
Just sunbathing with a mask on.
I definitely think, I don't know, it definitely could get worse tan lines, but you are right.
Right in the middle of your face. That's not much worse.
But like, I think, I don't know, I think it's good that he's added it in. It's just very, very late, and like we're getting to the point where most people, like obviously, they don't really care as much, and a lot of people are being more open. Like, I see on people's like social media or whatever, like they're meeting up and that, and they just have no boundaries or whatever. But the thing is, it's like it doesn't feel like it's being enforced enough. So I feel like people just feel so relaxed about it. They're like, well, it's getting better anyway, so why not? Why can't I go hug my friends? Why can't I do this with my friends?
I feel
It's
like in
not
a
like
sense,
it's better than when it started. Like when the lockdown originally started, we had less people infected than now, so I don't know why people are less worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in a sense though, what he has done is made preparations, and he's accounted for where people are starting to be more comfortable with it, even if it's not been released yet, or we haven't been released of quarantine. But if there is a second wave, this whole regime that he's getting us into, the things he's preparing us for, the things that he's imposing now, is going to help with that.
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Aren't there already countries that are corona-free now?
I don't think they physically could be corona-free yet.
New Zealand, I think, was actually.
But like, my only point about that is that like, even if they say they're corona-free, they don't know that. Because it's like, I used to say this a lot, yeah, that someone could get coronavirus and then die in their own home and no one would know about it until like a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because there's been cases where people have been killed and they're not found out about until months later because they live alone.
True.
Or they're like literally so like antisocial, they don't really talk to anyone or whatever, so no one knows that they've been dead. So same thing, that someone could have coronavirus right now, like over in New Zealand, even if they have said, is it New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Even if they have said that, there could still be people out there that have it in New Zealand.
Yeah,
Well, it is
I
like
think,
impossible to get completely corona-free, but that's not really an
Yeah.
excuse, but still.
well, the problem with like New Zealand in the sense that because it is such a like people don't live as close as they do, as in like in England we have packed cities and towns, whereas over there there's quite a lot of
It's more
country.
countryside kind of area.
It's not, the population isn't as dense, so
Hmm.
it's harder for it to spread and harder for it to be seen, even if it is still there.
Yeah. They're less dense in both ways.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't know if you guys have seen on the news. The UK have just secured, well, I don't know if it's Britain or UK, but have just secured a 90 million dose or something like that of coronavirus vaccine.
They produced it.
No, they've secured it. So they I think they had to actually pay for it or something like that. They obviously, I guess, because obviously it takes a lot of resources to make in the first place. Amount of research that has gone into it. But yeah, no, 90 million syringes or doses. I don't know. So that's that's a hell of a lot.
I mean, for just
So they're
that-
hoping.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, I swear we was told that it was going to be like months, like nearly the end of the year till we'd actually get a vaccine.
It kind of has been.
That's what they used to say.
Yeah.
No, but like I mean, like they used to say, like, oh, it'd be maybe like going into next year until we get the actual vaccine.
But those are just
And
assumptions.
don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we've got them now. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes me worry because there's been cases where, they've administered a vaccine and then sometimes it's backfired.
True.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because it's this big of a scale, they've taken more precautions, and because there's more countries working on it, maybe, I don't know. I'm not fully clued up on it, obviously. It's just from what I can gather, but
Well, the problem that they might have is with the second wave is that no one knows for sure if it's going to happen. You'll hear in some sense, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be one. Other people will say, no, we're going to be fine. And this whole getting back into school and getting back into a regime. And I feel like the problem that we might have is that quarantine was a hard thing to get into. Now we all have to stay at home. For some people, obviously I stay at home anyway, I'm way too lazy. But will it be harder to get out of it and then back in and then out of it again?
Well, yeah. Because you're getting rid of this whole regime we've gotten into of staying at home, protecting ourselves, wearing masks. When that's all over, we have to adapt to that. But if there's like a second wave, we'd just get confused at that point.
Yeah, it's a big change up in people's lives, for some especially.
I think we could I think, I don't know, personally I think it'd be easier than the first time, but also harder.
Yeah.
I know that sounds kind of contradictive, but I only mean that in the sense of it'd be easier because we've done it once, but it'll also be harder because we've just had that like small bit of freedom, so to speak. That kind of like breathing space where we can go out, we can do these things, and then to have that kind of tightened down again, and probably even like tightened down even more. I don't know. It'll probably shake us back on our feet, but I think it would take a lot less time to get used to it.
Yeah.
But the getting back into it would be very frustrating for everyone.
Yeah.
Thinking like it's finally over, then some idiot stopped doing the thing, and it's just, oh my god. But I just
Yeah,
hope
but
there's no
as soon
second
as like,
wave.
even when lockdown was being taken down, well, not taken down, sorry, when it was starting to be put up, rather, there was a lot of people like in the UK that were just doing stupid stuff, like hanging around, bullying police officers or whatever. And I don't know. I saw a lot of it on the news, and it was just kind of horrible to see how many people just didn't care, and how many people didn't realise how bad it actually is.
Yeah, there is a death toll on it, and I think a lot of people fail to see that. Even around younger ages, is there's like, oh, I could get it and I'll be fine. I'll just go out and do whatever. But you can spread that to people that can spread it to other people across the entire world, as much as like you won't be able to see the damage that it can do, but it is simple to see that people die of this. Like, stop prattling
Yeah.
around.
If there
Which
weren't those
people
idiots,
also-
I doubt it would have. Like if idiots like that weren't here, then it would have been over by now. Probably people just stayed inside and protected
Yeah.
themselves.
Life
But
would be
no,
much
people
better
decided
without
to go
those.
out and socialise, thinking that's a good idea.
It's just the thing is, though, is like, obviously that's the whole thing of like food. Like, I can guarantee you, like one of the main reasons why I got it and why my mum got it as well is because we had to go out to go do stuff. We had to go out and get food. We had to go out and get these necessities. It wasn't like a case of like we went out, you know, drinking with our friends or something like that, and then that's how we got it. So it's a shame that we have to do these certain things, but it's also a shame that that is overlooked for the people that do stupid things, like just hanging out with their friends, no social distancing, and like especially at the start of lockdown. I can more so understand it now, but still not at the same time.
Yeah, the domesticated world kind of makes it hard anyway, even if you're not messing around, if you're not an idiot. The fact that we do have to go out to shops and get food, it's not like we're on our own separate island hunting. We have to go out to where society is, to where everything's collected together in one space with other people around and a disease or a virus on the loose.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse. They have to go out with those idiots who stay outside all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So on to the next part of this, though. Travel bans have been uplifted in certain areas. I know Turkey has just been uplifted for the most part for some areas, but apparently, because I was talking to a friend earlier about this, he said to me that I can't remember what country in particular it was, but like all the attractions basically, you can't even go to them. You're like, the only thing you can do there is just go and get pissed. You can go there to go and get drink, and that's it.
Sounds like a really
And even
boring
then, you would have to pay for it separately unless you got all inclusive. Because like, all the tourist attractions are like closed down. Like I think he said there was a volcano thing there, that's closed.
Damn.
I mean, I don't really think the travel ban should be lifted for holidays. They should be lifted for businesses or visiting family, maybe, but not for holidays. Because it's just risking the lives of other people for your own pleasure, nothing else.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
but
like
it's
the
not.
idiots around.
But like the thing is that people they aren't doing it for the people. I don't think in a way. I think they're rather doing it for their own benefit because obviously a lot of income for some places is coming from tourists. You know what I mean? So to have that then taken away from them, that is a big blow to some businesses and also countries in themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Because obviously they get money from their businesses from taxes and so on. So when their businesses go down, obviously the government and their country go down as well. Obviously, it's not like a case of it being a huge hitter, but in some cases it can make a difference. Especially in heavy tourist places like maybe Spain.
All those businesses shutting down that rely on tourism, like hotels or bars and things like that, or gift shops. They'll just be completely deserted, and that's just horrible. People losing their jobs, losing all their money, and it's gotten to the point where some people can't even afford to stay in their own homes; they have to move.
Yeah. But also like family businesses. Like imagine family businesses that have been passed down.
Yeah, just losing that instantly.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's just gone. Obviously, some small businesses in the UK have been helped out. like the job I work at right now, we're being helped out on that because we can't do any shifts. But how long does that last? Because if there's another wave, my job, I could lose my job. The people that actually run my job, so to speak, they could lose their job. It could just all go down the drain. And same thing for other people.
True. Like the bigger businesses don't really have to worry about this because they've got plenty of money, and things like Disney, although they rely on their theme parks sometimes, they've also got the movies that they still make money off of, and
now Disney Plus.
Yeah, now Disney Plus, like that's getting
which
more
is
money
like
than ever.
perfect timing in the UK. It literally come out like a start of quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which does mean actually that a lot of online businesses as well. Thinking about right now, the Steam sales came out during the summer, and this was during when quarantine was on. More people are going to want to buy games. People are getting invested in games that they want. They see more in the store, and more money is being spent that way. And it's the same with other online services, that more money is going to be coming through there. And in a way, it makes me think: are people going to be sticking to the whole online shopping and people buying things online more than in real life? And people are going to make their lifestyles more online based than personally based in real life.
Yeah, that's the whole online part is already since it's all up. It'd be very efficient because more people stay inside if it's just online, and like online shopping and Amazon or online buying games. But I think many people will try and stick to that lifestyle. So it seems as well they have to put less effort into it. Like they don't have to go out and buy stuff as often.
Yeah.
Plus, people are more. People don't like change too much. This is a change that they've had imposed on them because they have to. I mean, there's an epidemic going on, and so if they don't have to necessarily come out of this shell afterwards. I mean, obviously some people do still have to go out to work, but people that live lives with their entertainment online as opposed to, you go out and have fun with friends. That entertainment being available here, the fact that you don't have to go out, you can be a bit lazier, and the fact that it's not like an imposement to get out and do stuff. This is a lifestyle that might stick with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point though.
Because I'm already a part of this lifestyle of staying home when I can, not really going out. Because, as you know, I'm kind of unsociable. But those people who are introverts and just being locked inside, well, they might actually adapt to that and and just not want to go outside again, just changing their lifestyle.
Yeah, because as you said, because they're introverts, they may not have that kind of initiative in themselves to actually go out and change that for the better. They may not want to go and ask to meet up with some friends or whatever because they may feel like, oh well, I don't want to be like a bother or whatever because of the coronavirus.
They might prefer this lifestyle.
A big point of this actually as well is that, and something that I've had having counselling in some points, is that you realise there are a lot of people that are now becoming a lot more scared of going out. There are some people that are too anxious to go outside and face the world, usually, which is a tragic thing for a lot of people. And now that's on the rise again. And coming out of that afterwards is going to be even harder, and it's going to be damaging to people that need to get jobs or education. And I mean, education itself is also already suffering. I don't know about anyone else, but I have had to go into school, and it has been quite pressuring, having new regimes set in. But being scared of going out makes everything so much harder.
Because yeah, again, like people getting used to it, but people might be scared of other viruses. Like, oh, will I be more susceptible to this since I've stayed inside the whole time and not gotten used to nature or the other viruses?
Is that the thing? That's the thing, right? Isn't it melanin for the skin?
Melanin? I'm not sure.
No,
They have released melanin pens. I know that's something that has come out for people.
Really?
But I can't. The thing is, like, people at home can be like, "No, it's this, you dumbass."
Yeah, there are going to be tons of people doing that. Jesus.
Look, I'm not stupid, okay? It's just that sometimes I forget a lot of stuff. Like I'm very much so an airhead, so I will just go blank and I will forget things. Like later on tonight, I will come back and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's what that is." But now it's just gone from my brain. But it's like vitamin D. That's it from getting out in the sun.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, it's actually been pretty good weather in the UK. Well, I guess for our area of the UK. Like, yes, and there's been some showers. Like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago we had quite a bad thunderstorms and that. But recently, it's been pretty good the past few days. It's been pretty good weather outside. Not too hot, not too cold.
So it,
But a lot of people aren't experiencing that because they're just stuck inside.
so it just means like you can go, even if you can't go out, you can still stay. If you've got a garden, you can stay in your garden, maybe sunbathe a bit. And yes, just sit outside for a while so you don't go pale.
Yeah.
Because also if you don't stay in, if you don't get enough sun, you can get like I forgot what it's called, deformity in your legs where they start to bend outwards.
Rickets.
Rickets, yeah, rickets.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I just
I'm
don't
glad
know.
I've been going out.
I mean, it's kind of been impactful because I used to go out and I used to practice like free running and stuff like that, which I wasn't amazing, but it was sunlight and exercise. And now
Yeah.
I feel like I've been inconsistent with going out. I haven't really done much, just gone for walks, but it's been inconsistent for me. Where there are some points where it's like, yeah, I really want to go outside, I want to do exercise, I want get fit and active, because it's a big contrast from having to stay in. And other times I've just complied with staying in, been lazy, not bothered to do anything.
Yeah,
So
like
it's
sometimes
been
you lack the
slow.
motivation to do things.
Yeah.
I remember, like, especially at the start of the lockdown, it definitely felt like it was the same process again and then each day, even though like each day would obviously be different. It just felt like days were blurring together. I know, like, I kept losing myself and that, and I kept thinking that every day was the same, or I'd end up thinking about it was a Monday when it was a Friday or something like that. It's something stupid, you know what I mean? But it's those small things where I started to kind of feel like I wasn't obviously going insane, but I felt like I was going insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like-
And I feel like I'm not alone in that, definitely.
I mean,
'Cause
there was
days
one
were,
point
like,
where I was
blurring
like,
into one.
yeah. I mean, at the point my birthday came, and I was like, wait, what? It's my birthday? The time just went, and I was like, I feel like it's still way before. Like, I swear my birthday's in a few months, but no, it has gone really quickly. But it's felt slow at the same time, and things have just been blurred in, and I've lost track of days, I've lost track of months. It's gone weird.
Yeah. Like, cause you realise that as every day goes past, you realise that, oh, that's another day gone, me doing nothing, not being productive. I should have done something that day. By the end, you realise that I've done nothing this whole time, and I should have been doing things that actually benefited me, or I should like built a shed or something. So, but you end up doing nothing the whole time.
Built a shed.
What of all the things, built a shed.
I built
mean,
a
I'm
shed
bu- I'm built-
before quarantine.
I'm building a log shed currently.
Really?
I'm designing one
Oh damn.
Damn.
made of.
You know what? I tell you what. Yeah,
old
I think
pallets.
that's a nice segue into the next category
You're building a
about
shed.
us. About our lockdown experience, what we're up to, and apparently you're up to building a shed.
bought a log shed basically. So there's no actual doorway. It's just out of old wooden pallets, and because I think it was last year we finished our garden and we got a bunch of gravel, and those gravels came on in absolutely giant bags on wooden pellets. And we're trying to reuse all the wooden pellets now, and we're turning that into a log shed, because we've got this. I think we're getting a fire pit actually, which will be good, which will be
Damn.
nice for once.
That's awesome.
And we need to find a way to
For
store the
once.
logs in a good place without and just doing something productive over the quarantine.
I haven't even made my bed once.
Wow.
I never do
And you're
that.
making a log
I
shed.
literally just did mine this morning, to be fair, but not like, I don't mean like, only just like, I've done my covers. I meant I actually like changed my bed and that. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most I've been doing, like in terms of like my house and that, it's just been I think we did the gardening the other day, and that's about it. Back garden kind of just gets left alone sometimes. But
Just goes wild.
no, not wild. That's a bit much.
No,
Oh, I say
into
that.
the savannah.
But, I mean,
My back
I just
garden.
walk out to my back garden and it's just the rainforest. I mean, it's England.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past it.
Just get attacked by a lion. Just running out your
Yeah,
garden.
that's bad.
No,
to
my
happen.
dog. My dog. To be fair, though, my dog looks like a wolf. A wolf? No, a fox. That's it.
I was going to say, because they did
Um,
come down from wolves.
Terrify me either way.
What did? What dogs you mean?
Yeah, not from,
Yeah.
dogs. I find that weird. We've domesticated wolves to the point where they've kind of lost their
Made
ability
them
to
our
hunt
bitch.
in some places, like pugs.
Yeah.
Just nasty
I mean, that's another kind of
topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, that
and
one's
it's,
for another day.
Yeah,
Oof.
today.
yeah.
Depressing topic.
But are you guys watching anything? Any new shows or films or anything?
I planned on watching a lot of films, and I did get through the core 6 Star Wars films. But after that, because I normally watch things on my Xbox is now broken, and so I can't watch anything else. I plan to watch a lot more. I've got Game of Thrones that I was going to watch through. I managed to get that through shared from someone's account online anyway, and it's just gone poorly. But other than that, I've been on Netflix. I've watched through Seven Deadly Sins, Hunter x Hunter, Tokyo Ghoul. I started Violet Evergarden, so a lot of animes. But other than that, I mean, I haven't watched much.
Weeb. You absolute weeb.
Yeah, because we definitely have the right to say that in this group.
Yeah. We have every right to say it. What do you mean?
Yeah, because we're all weebs.
Little weebs.
Yeah, well, you know. What about you, Marcus? What have you been up to?
I've been mostly playing video games, but I've watched the whole series of Game of Thrones in a few weeks, and I think it's probably my favourite series now.
Ah,
Although season 8 was kind of a letdown.
even season 8.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. But pretend season 8 doesn't exist, and then it's just the best series in my opinion.
Oh, I don't know if we can do that, bud.
Well, you can try. Yeah.
There is no season 8.
No, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games played as well. I mean, we did have Minecraft Realms and servers that we've been up and playing on.
Yeah.
I built a huge castle. That was something that happened. That was brilliant. Made a bunch of bases and stuff, messing around. Had a Japanese-themed island, rocket base on a Minecraft server, and I just annihilated the world.
Brandon's
fun.
base got burnt down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it didn't get burnt down. It got blown up.
Well,
Did
yeah.
it? Well, I had nothing to do with that, as I've said multiple
Oh
times.
no,
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 that was
the
Brandon that did it, wasn't it?
That's no. I blew up my house.
Yeah, you.
I'm
put it
talking
up.
about the one that's
in the mod. Oh yeah, no, the modded one. I blew up my house. Yeah. But I mean, us three, we've been playing some of the Forest, some Dying Light. That's been pretty good.
Oh, good games,
Um,
good games.
Did
Yeah,
finally finish
very
the
good.
forest, and I've finally done both endings because I think I was the only one before that had completed it. But I did the opposite ending to what we did,
Yeah.
which is cool. I'll have to show you guys.
But
it all.
it's been an interesting experience. We're still playing it, trying to get through and do some more stuff. But it's been very interesting, that's for sure. Now I'm trying to do like a kind of permadeath kind of run now, which has gone very
Going
well.
well.
Marcus got struck by God at one point. Literally, he was thrown up into the sky and then got splattered on the ground.
I really wish I had a clip of
So that was
that.
fun.
I spat in God's eye and he blinked.
Both of you have died to fire. Not even a cannibal in sight.
You know, well, no, they don't need to know. They don't need to
yeah,
know.
they do
about
need to know
It
that.
didn't happen.
I'm the only one that hasn't
No.
died yet. You two have killed yourself on fire.
Don't worry.
Yeah, well,
I'll set you on
we sacrifice ourselves to the fire god.
Of course, that happens
Is
a
it
lot.
Ra? Wait, is it Ra?
No,
isn't it?
Ra is the sun god. I thought you were making a Game of Thrones
Oh.
reference.
Yeah, so the Lord of
Well,
Light.
I haven't.
Lord
Well,
of
that's the
Light.
thing, though. I haven't watched it. I want to binge watch it for like a week. That's my aim. I need to like set aside a week where I can just binge watch every single episode.
I need
Just
to
a
finish
week.
it.
A week. You actually.
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't
do it
think
in a
it's-
week, probably.
Yeah, it's 80
No,
hours.
it's physically
isn't it?
possible. It just doesn't mean that like I'll enjoy myself. Like I will probably want to die by the end of it.
Yeah, especially
Well,
after
especially
season.
after
eight.
season 8.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of spoilers of it, and because I don't really care about spoilers for most things. But yeah, no, season 8 will definitely get to me already. I know that much for sure.
Especially because it's so compact, but it should have been spread out. They compacted it down to 6 episodes, but it should have been a lot more than most actual other seasons.
It's probably because the actors got fed up themselves.
Well, of the actual season, yeah, the writing.
Probably. Yeah, other than that,
I'm just trying to read some of my notes because obviously, guys, you know, we're not fully prepared. You know, we're not gonna write down a script or anything because I mean, I don't think anyone actually writes scripts of podcasts because I think that's a bit.
no, you don't.
That'd be a bit
script, it's just
boring.
notes.
They wrote approximations, probably.
But we've wrote some things to talk about, obviously.
Yes, mention that.
I mean, like, I think you've already gathered that I'm a bit of an airhead. You know,
Yeah.
these two are just monkeys.
In case you forgot, you did already say you're an airhead.
Yeah, I just said that. Wait, no, you're confusing me.
You said you were an airhead before.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was referencing that from before.
Oh, I thought you just forgot 'cause you're an airhead.
See, I'm not that stupid, okay?
Sure. I can't talk
Yeah.
really. My brain is like
Nah.
a sieve with bigger holes.
Damn.
I am just.
With bigger holes. No, you're just instead of like a sieve,
Just
it's just
air.
like it's just one line going across. Just one line of metal going across the bottom. That's
just a
it.
big hole.
It's the equivalent of like trying to
Basically.
pour Coke in a glass, but the glass is 5 meters away. That's my memory.
That's so odd. What?
It's yeah, that's a great example, to be honest.
I mean, it's great. I'm confused.
I mean,
Of
I'm
all
drinking Coke,
things.
so that came into my head.
I don't like Coke though. Pepsi's better.
I can
Pepsi
distinguish
till
the
I
taste,
die.
but for me, I have a sensitive taste is awful for most things. But Coke and Pepsi, I can tell the difference, and there is a massive difference. To anyone that says that there is no difference between Coke and Pepsi, there's a huge difference. It just,
there's a
my
difference, but I just
mood
don't really care about
It's
it.
like it depends on my mood which one I prefer. Sometimes I'll just go, just give me a bottle of Coke. Other times I'm like, can I get some Pepsi? It's like, yeah, well,
So like, if I was to have drink with it or whatever, I'd probably go for cheap Coke to be fair, but which is just cola, but still.
yeah.
I don't know. I probably would take Coke. But the thing is, Coke itself is really unhealthy. I'm not trying to say Pepsi's healthy. I'm just saying in comparison, it's horrific.
That's why if you get
Like, I
Max,
keep saying this to people, everyone I know, a normal Coke can, right? And bear in mind, probably someone's going to find this out and point me out to be wrong or something. But last time I checked, a normal Coke can, yeah, is about the same amount of calories as a 1 litre bottle of Fanta. Or the 2 litre bottles, I think. I don't know.
there was
1 or
5
2
cubes of
litres.
sugar, was it, in like a bottle or a can of Coke?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. It's massive.
I
This
do
is why
prefer
I'm
Fanta.
unhealthy.
Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, it tastes alright, but I would rather take Pepsi because I think the taste is so much more fine.
Yeah.
Like, I can down a can of Pepsi without wanting to choke.
Oh, I just love the fact that it burns my tongue.
Oh, right. That's a bit much.
Just drink
No
sparkling
one wanted
water.
to hear that. No one at home wanted to hear that.
I like the
You've just said some.
Well, I mean, for clarification, my tongue is split, like cracked. So some things are like overwhelming in flavour, but it can make things really good, like chocolate. Oh my god, it's so good.
Alright, do you guys like dark chocolate?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, it's the best thing ever. It's beautiful.
I feel like it has to be at the right time.
And it's and talking about healthier, it's healthier.
Is it?
Healthier than normal chocolate. Yeah.
I thought
I
I had
hate
less like
this-
milk, more
I'm
just
not saying
cocoa.
don't. By the way, no one take that out of context and say, "Oh, he said chocolate is healthy." No,
No,
I'm not
it's
saying
not.
dark chocolate is actually healthy. I'm saying it's healthier.
I was.
That's like saying-
five points.
I'm not like.
But I hate white chocolate. I don't like that at all.
I like
like
white
it.
chocolate.
I like
but
all
it can be
chocolate.
really sickly.
Yeah, really sickly. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because when I get chocolate,
You have to have it in right. You have to have it in right quantities and with the right things.
but with chocolate for me, I eat it really quickly, and since it's really rich and really sickly, I just end up feeling sick at the end.
No wonder. You're sat there scoffing it down,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, I wonder why I feel sick."
Bro, I mean, my aunt once made me like the
do
most
it, though.
sickly chocolate cake in the world. And I could hardly eat a slice. And this is me, I love chocolate. And
Shout out to Cameron's aunt.
yeah,
Give me
exactly.
cake.
And my
She's
friend,
not going to be watching this, so it's fine.
Oh,
probably
shame.
not.
I hope not.
I'll just send her the link. But my friend,
If she is, we love you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Love
Free
you.
cake, please.
My friend came over and he just ate like 3 slices instantly, and no one had any idea how he managed that. It was the sickliest cake ever, and it was like so tall. Slices were huge. Like he's got to be mental.
Chocolate cake, right?
He probably
Yeah.
threw up when he got home though.
The thing is, I can't stand normal cake. I think chocolate cake is the only way to go.
I mean,
Ah,
There's like
red
a few
velvet.
exceptions. Nah, red.
Red velvet's the
Nah.
best.
Nah, I think chocolate cake is like normal chocolate cake.
Madeira
just the
cake is
best.
good.
I have no clue what that is.
I don't know where it's from. I can't remember. Someone probably just let me know. But it is delicious. Iced Madeira cake is like the greatest thing I've ever had in my entire life.
I have
I
no
mean, I
idea
would
what that
say
is.
I'd give it a go, but You know, after this podcast is said and done, I'm going to forget about that name.
I'm just gonna remind you every day.
I'm going to forget about. Honestly, I'm going to forget about most of the things we talk in this.
I mean, yeah, that's
I have
the
like a
usual.
few things. What do you mean as usual?
For me as well, because I'm
What's
very
your-
forgetful.
What's yourself?
What's my name again? I forgot.
I never forget anything.
Where am I? What are we guys doing? What are we doing?
Why does it
Just talking.
say we have a podcast going? What's going on? Huh?
Wait, why would it say that it's got a podcast going?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Maybe I'm just
We're recording
hallucinating
through
things.
Audacity.
Oh, yes.
I hope to God though that when I'm like editing this later, I don't mess this up. Because if I mess
hope
this
you don't
up
as well.
and I'm saying something and then 5 seconds later you reply,
Oh, I mean, okay, it shouldn't be too hard to
like
get
5 minutes. No, I shouldn't because we tried like 5 times to get a clap.
it. Yeah, and then we tried like
And
10
then-
times for the intro, which you've said you're gonna keep in for everyone.
Look, shh. I didn't. That wasn't my fault. Okay, that was yours.
But you're gonna end up
You
putting
guys-
out
was your
voices.
fault.
you guys distracted me by laughing.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, everyone at home will tell you that it was your fault.
Indeed.
Probably, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna end up putting our voices after each other, like your voice first, then it plays an hour of that, then my
No,
voice.
no, it's just
an
my
hour
voice.
of Brandon talking to himself.
You guys are starting there. Or you are there, but you're really, really quiet.
Having a podcast with the
So
voices in my head.
so people have to put their volume up, and then they have to listen. I like how I just stole your joke as well, both
Yeah,
yours.
you did.
Yes.
Thank you.
They wanted me to intro it by saying something like, "Oh, turn your volume up." I'm like,
Cringe.
"No, guys, that's cringy." So I just steal their joke just now.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good friend, you know.
Volume up, guys. Yeah.
Fun fact: I'm not actually their friend. I'm paying them to be here.
Yeah.
Wait, we're getting paid.
Uh,
Whow, this is news,
Ooh,
okay?
money.
We're getting paid. Money.
oh, you know, what about that?
He's gonna leave now, isn't he?
Probably.
No.
That wouldn't
No.
surprise me.
What do you mean? I wouldn't surprise you. I don't leave.
Just runs away
I
with
know.
our millions in cash.
Okay, I say that, but like, I think the other night we was on call, and I said, "Oh, I'll be back, guys." I came back like 2 hours later.
Yeah, I think you did do that. Although, okay, I
Yeah.
did that last night. As I said, I was gonna go listen to music. I'll be
Oh,
right back,
yeah.
and then I just never came
And then
back.
you went to sleep.
Yeah, and that was
Oh,
surprising.
I think, guys, I think I'm a bit tired, so I'm gonna
I
go
was
to
like
sleep.
4 hours earlier than I normally go to sleep. I don't know what came over me then.
And we come first. Bros before dreams.
Yes.
I had a
Bros before real life.
I always have really bad dreams, like sacrificing myself and just having someone watch me die.
No, that's not a bad dream. That's perfect.
What?
That's a good way to die.
It
I
is a good
forget
way
my
to die,
dreams.
but it's like when I'm on the ground looking up and there's just someone looking down on me, knowing that I'm gonna die and they can't do
Oh.
anything to save me, as I've saved
Just a-
them.
A human sacrifice.
What she sees versus what you see.
Oh God, no.
Applies because it was a she.
I mean, if you get that joke, then you know.
Yeah, I do get that
good.
joke.
If you don't get that joke, then you don't.
I have a
just
meme
leave it
of
at
that on
that.
my
Probably
phone.
too young.
Not you guys. I'm about them.
Oh well, same thing.
Did you just say Cameron's too young?
No,
He's a
you're
month
probably
younger
too
than
young
you.
if you don't get it.
Oh right.
Probably.
So on to the next topic. That was a horrible segue, but you know we'll roll with it. I'll get better on as we go on.
Yeah,
Come on,
Don't
say
it'll
worry.
it.
improve.
But if anyone's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh well, this is shit" or whatever, like allow us,
Yes,
okay?
yes,
Because
no
it's
shit.
only the first episode.
First try, guys.
It's
Cut
shit.
some
Don't
slack.
say.
What was that voice? What was that voice? It's first try, guys.
I don't know. Okay. Listen, I'm still tired. I'm always tired. Okay.
Yeah, I am too. That's why I can sleep at
You know,
night
you when you're
anytime.
hungry, eat your Snickers.
You know, you when you're tired, have a bed.
That's our cue to get a sponsor. By the way, Snickers.
Yes, give us money now. We want the
Money.
money.
Please. I don't like them though. They taste horrible.
Me neither. Okay, I just like
But
the
money.
advert.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends.
You know
Hell
what?
yeah.
Like, I don't want to take a sponsorship from them at all.
Boo.
That's
money.
if
If
they
they,
ever
I mean,
get
if
one.
they no, but the thing is, it's like, let's say, by the way, no, we're not trying to think we're big shots or whatever, but I'm saying, like, if they came to us and they said, oh, here's £100, I'm debating it. If they said £200, sure. But, like, anything less than that,
Yeah.
because I don't want to sell myself out.
Have you seen the new advert for it? Where it's like they're at a counselling session or something. There's a guy like cheated on her because he did a raid with someone
Oh my
else.
Oh no, I thought you was on that one where it's like the ogre guy, and he's got
You Shrek.
no,
Shrek.
it's Ginger.
What?
Yeah.
No, and he's they're all, like interviewing him, and he's like sitting in front of like a massive house thing.
Oh,
It's
that.
really like obnoxious.
I'm not changed at
Like,
all.
oh.
Sips his martini.
I mean, I get the whole point of it is to be obnoxious, Matt, because they've got bigger now. But like, I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me watching it. And anyway, let me actually transition, guys. Onto games. I know we were just talking about games a minute ago, and then before that. But Ubisoft recently released their live stream, which we all sat down and watched it together, kind of.
Yeah.
We was messaging each other while it was going on, and appropriately saying, "Well, this is good," and "Oh, well, this is a pile of shit."
And Watch Dogs 2 isn't working.
Appropriately.
Valhalla. And I think the main points that we picked out was the battle royale game from it, which I can't remember what's the name of it. Hyperscape. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the main two daddies, and then out of this, was Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which we personally don't think it should be called Assassin's Creed, and it should just be called Valhalla.
Yeah.
Because as
Yeah.
far as we've seen, there is no parkour.
There is some minor
Which-
parkour.
Oh, minor parkour.
There's a
They've-
little bit of a
they've-
climb to a boss
They've
fight.
vaulted it. They've climbed up like 5 feet.
Yeah, like I could do that.
Which I mean, like Assassin's Creed games in general, though they've been focusing less on parkour and more on the idea of fighting and combat. And then, yes, and there's a bit of history in that, but it's I don't know. I liked learning more about history about like the assassins and that, and history surrounding it, like being a pirate and seeing the whole like history around that. And likewise, when there's like what was the one with Assassin's Creed 2? It was like the Renaissance or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm
Swamp
not
people.
No, what was it? Renaissance is that
That's
Renaissance.
Origins.
That's not
isn't it?
Italian.
Origins. Unity.
Yeah, that's Unity.
Yeah.
That's it. And the French Revolution, I think it's called.
I believe so. Yeah.
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 Les Mis.
No, points in history where your character is thrown in, and you're learning more about it, but as an assassin.
And how they affected history.
Exactly, behind the scenes. Whereas the newer games, it feels like you are the story.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like the same kind of format. It's more so about how you change this, you change that, at the centre of history instead of being at the back. No. And obviously, the way that they've done it though is that they've done it way behind all the other games. I think in a way.
Isn't Odyssey
and
like
because
set
of-
before the Creed was actually made?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's like at the end of it they show like the beginnings of the Creed, something like that. But no, actually no. My friend told me about Odyssey. You're not an assassin. You're a mercenary. There's no Templars, no nothing.
Well, this is where it comes
Anything.
in. It's no longer Assassin's Creed. It's just like,
Exactly.
why is it Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Why isn't it just Valhalla? It's
Oh, he's
just
got
a Viking.
apparently as well, and I think this might be a spoiler, but you can throw his spear in Odyssey and teleport to it, and you can use it up to 3 times.
What?
And you just insta-kill that person that you've teleported.
That's just not.
Like, that's not an Assassin's Creed game anymore.
It's not utilising the whole chasing people down. You have to use parkour, use your surroundings, and things like that. Being able to
Exactly.
play hiding and actually do things
Hide in
as an
plain
assassin
sight.
would. Yeah, and it's just not that.
Like, no, I don't think there's been any the past few ones. You don't have eagle.
Oh,
What's the?
Yeah, the
you never think when you
synchronization
jump
thing.
into like a hay barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, synchronization. That's it.
I think.
Um,
Well, in Origins you do.
Oh, Origins then you do, yeah. But like, I don't know. There's been, I think if they did make a new game, I personally think that they should do it closer to modern time. Not necessarily modern time, but like closer in a way, because we have more buildings and there's more using your surroundings, like hiding like an assassin. Not, I'm running right at you in an army
Yeah.
while I've got like a massive war cry going on. I say, well, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
I think
With a
during
massive axe in my hand.
during World War II would be quite good because they've already written something about that.
That's an interesting point. Yeah. Yeah, because it was in Syndicate as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that was World War
That was
One.
the Industrial Revolution. It's like
No,
1800s.
No. And there was a DLC.
Yeah, there's a scene where you go to the edge of the map and you can play the part of World War One.
Oh right, yeah. So it'd be interesting to see World War Two. Yeah.
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 As there's like bombings going on, and I say that though, like, I'm not saying that World War Two was such a fun experience. I'm just saying it would be interesting to see that part of history.
Yeah. That was the good thing about Assassin's Creed, was the whole, there's history involved in it. It can teach you stuff as well as it's a fun game to play. But it's kind of become more and more away from that as the games have developed. In my own opinion, Black Flag was probably the best one I've ever played, because it was something new, adding like all these ships and things that you can go exploring the world in, and you understand how that kind of worked at the time. And that new thing they added was actually pretty cool, and it still kept the whole idea of being an assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boats are back again. Apparently they're worse.
They look worse
somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, they look worse as well. Yeah.
They
But
function
there's
the
also
same way the
boss
horse
fights.
does. Yeah, that too.
I don't know if Odyssey had boss fights. Don't get me wrong, but why is there boss fights in a game where it's all about assassinating people? You're not meant to be sat there for like an hour straight trying to beat one person through waves or whatever. You're trying to assassinate people while staying in the shadows. That's the whole creed.
Yeah, it's
I
not meant to be a
understand that
fight.
these games are set before the creed, and I get that. But then, why is it called Assassin's Creed?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why I think the last few ones should be called Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla.
I mean, Origins is like the start of the Assassin's Creed, and the only thing wrong with it is the mechanics, in my opinion. 'Cause all the stories actually linked with the assassins, and it does keep the history aspect of this, how it influenced history.
Well, maybe not Origins then.
Because I think Origins where it kind of went down, started to go downhill, but isn't where it hit the bottom.
Well, I think the idea was it was the origins of the Assassin's Creed in a sense.
Exactly.
So that was where it started up. The story becomes a whole relevance there. It actually applies to the idea of Assassin's Creed, whereas the new ones don't.
So it seems weird to have something before Origins, because Origins should be the
Well,
beginning.
I did like how in the box art the player is looking away, and that's kind of been a case in some of the box arts for Assassin's Creed games, is that you can't see their face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you come to the new Assassin's Creed games, and you can see their face somewhat. Don't get me wrong. I think it was in Odyssey they had a helmet or something, but you can see them.
Yeah.
They don't feel discreet. They don't feel like they are hiding in the shadows. Whereas before you couldn't see their face, and that's what their enemies would see or whatever. And I know that may sound a bit cringy, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's important when you've built up a franchise for so much. Like, I basically grew up on it in a sense. Obviously, I grew up on Nintendo more, technically, but still, as I was growing up, I was seeing these games come out and that, and then to kind of see it drop this much, I don't know.
I don't think we're saying that they're bad games at all. They look really good.
Oh, no.
But they're not
Yeah.
linked as much as they should.
They're not
be to
Assassin's Creed games, in my opinion.
I do
That's
want
why
to get
I want Valhalla. I want to get it. I don't want it to be called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, we can't really change that,
Personally.
unfortunately.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, like, I think that it doesn't deserve that title, and it should be just called Valhalla, because it does look like a decent game. But the fact that you can sit there and have an insult match with someone, and you have to make it rhyme. Is that right? That's what
Yeah,
you said,
that-
no,
yeah,
because
that was
I
something
didn't
you
watch
had
that
to do.
part.
There was someone who had to insult you, and you had to like defend or come back, and it has to rhyme. And it's like that's how you wager and get gold. And it's like, what the hell? Where does that come in?
What happened to trying to get like a really hard spot, or like searching the map for something, and open a chest after the end of like a really high stealthy mission? Nope.
Like
You have to insult someone.
solving a puzzle with your eagle sense, like in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where I think it was stand on top of these hinges, and you have to look down and find this certain pattern on the floor, like where the rocks
Yeah.
align. And it pointed to like it pointed to like a secret treasure that you can use to unlock armor.
It's just gone down, honestly.
Anyway, dropping from a bad, it's not really a sequel, but my next game in any way in the series, to a good game in the series, Watch Dogs Legion. Personally, I think it's shaping up to be the best Watch Dogs game out of the three. I think Watch Dogs 2 was a perfect game. Not perfect, sorry, but it was a brilliant game. Brilliant mechanics. It basically was Watch Dogs 2, but more refined. Whereas Watch Dogs Legion feels like it's the basics of Watch Dogs 2, but then just I don't know. It's just it's in its own league basically with the idea and the concept behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like-
haven't seen much of the Watch Dogs Legion. I saw a little bit, and I was like, it looks hella cool. I'm not as invested in it for that sense, but I really want to see more.
It looks
I want to
totally
get into it.
cheaper.
It's the
Yeah.
concept of more than one person.
I'm going to get rinsed for that.
Probably.
True.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
do want to see more.
I like the concept where they instead of just having one protagonist like the first two games, you can have literally anyone that's on the map as but a part of your organisation. So you can play as more than one person, and if you die, then it means you actually die, and you have to go to the next person.
Yeah.
just love that
That's an
concept.
interesting concept. Yeah, I feel like that kind of puts a bit more pressure on you as to have to raise up your organization, who you are. Actually, you have to play a bit more careful, and strategic, and smart. But as well, you
Yeah.
can have fun with the sense that it is a game about hacking stuff. Like, it's badass.
But that's the thing though. Is like if one of those players do die, they're dead. They're gone.
Yeah.
You can't get them back again, unless you reverted your save or something. But
Can you do
they
that?
just
in
die
Watch
forever
Dogs?
from that point.
Don't give them
Huh?
ideas.
Can you revert your save?
I mean, I'm assuming you can, because you can in most games, whatever.
Yeah, just alt F4.
Actually, no, I guess not. Because in most games you can like load a save, but I guess in like PC maybe you couldn't. I know in like some PS4 games you will be able to save a save file and that you can maybe try and go back, but maybe you can't actually. That's a good point. But I remember I was talking to a friend earlier, and he brought up a really good point about how actually good this game is. When you really think about it, in most games you have two options. You have go in quietly and like play the stealthy option, or go loud and proud, and shoot the whole place up. I'm not saying that's in every game. I'm just saying when it comes into most games, like the past Watch Dogs games or Far Cry games or Assassin's Creed games or whatever, that's basically been your choice, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in this case, you can do multiple different kind of things. You don't just have loud and proud and then, quiet and stealthy. You can do so many different routes now, because you can go in and fly in a drone or whatever and run on it, or you can hack your way through. You can be one of the officers in the actual mission you're doing, so you can stealthily go through. But instead of stealthily going through and hiding, you're just acting like one of the members.
Because you are one of them.
It's basically being able to like roam through, but you have to make sure that you don't act out of order. It's kind of like Hitman style with the disguises.
Yeah.
So do you know how they said that you can be anyone in the game?
Yeah.
What if you can like somehow get the CEO and like get him to take down his own company or something? That could be.
I think you can at one point.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon. At one point, like at the end of the game, or even when you beat the game, I think you can play as them. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be good.
Like because there's two main villains, obviously the like kind of mob boss kind of person, and the head of the police. And I think if at the end of the game, when you beat them, or even when you beat one of them, let's say if you can first beat the head of the I know I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry, guys. When I do it straight away. The crime boss, let's say, if you beat her first, then you can beat her. Or likewise, if you beat the police boss, you can beat him at the end of the game. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I kind of think that if that does happen, like if you're able to take over the CEO, maybe the board of directors will start taking over instead of the company being shut down. Because if he's taking over and the company goes with him, then there's not really much to do. So they probably will add something to it. Like
Yeah, well, no, I only meant it in the sense of like, oh well, yeah, after game, yeah, good point, end game, and you're just roaming around.
if there is a after game, because not all games have one.
Yeah, but to be fair, in some games like Spider-Man, let's say, Spider-Man PS4, even though you've beaten all the enemies, in some areas, they will still return, even after the game is finished, whatever, just because it's just for free roam.
Yeah. There
Or it
was
could be
a thing you could do in like I think it was Just Cause 3 actually. Well, once you finish something, you can actually make it redoable. So if you saved an outpost or something, you can make it so the enemies hold it again. So you have a challenge, you can redo it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's a lot of challenges around doing specific outposts, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see if you can do that and kind of, with this other business, you can kind of give it some more, or give back to it, so that it gives you more of a challenge in replayability, even
Yeah.
after the game is done.
Wait, did we actually talk about the battle royale games?
No. I was gonna bring into that now.
Okay, good.
Do you guys think that battle royales are a overused format?
I, to be honest, no. I feel like it's in its prime at the moment, or it's coming out of it in a sense, because think back to the old days where it was all about first-person shooters, and now it's come into, like, obviously with team deathmatch game modes, things like Call of Duty, and now it's coming into like battle royale sense. Is it now? It's switched up a bit. I feel like it's in its prime. It's not overused as such, but eventually it will go down. It is just used now as it would be for how it has been for other kind of themes in the past.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I think it's overused only because of the like the very plain bitch ass ones. Like and people will probably like be like,
Guarantee it.
Modern Warfare, right? The Modern Warfare one, Warzone, I think it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And anything in that category. So even I think Apex falls under that category. I like Apex, I do. I like Warzone as well. But I think all of those kind of ones where they're like realistic ones, it's just basically straight up, you get guns, you drive around, you can kill people. PUBG is in that as well, and I think that's probably the best one out there.
Yeah.
Apart from the other one I'm about to say. But I think that Ubisoft's new Battle Royale doesn't fall under this category of being too boring and being too samey.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, obviously they're trying to go for realism and it's within their game series, let's say, for Call of Duty. But at the same time, I don't want to play a game of Warzone when I could easily go play a game of, like, Fortnite for something. I don't like Fortnite, don't get me wrong. I actually don't like it as a game. But if I was going to choose a Battle Royale I'd pick Fortnite over anything else because it's so more unique. It has its own thing to it. You can build, you can do this. It's a lot more bright. It has more characteristic charm to it. I don't know, you guys don't necessarily agree.
I kind of do, because, I mean, with this new one, Hyperscape, there's a lot more to it. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
there's more vibrancy. With things that you can do, there's more creativity to it.
And it's not
Personally,
set
I
in the
don't
game
like
world.
it, but there is more to it, and it will spark a lot of interest for other people, I know that.
It has like a backstory to it, so it's not just fight these people. 'Cause, like, isn't it? Yeah, it's inside of a game world, but it's being hacked or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. I know that, for example, Apex Legends, I think, has the same world or universe as Titanfall, is it? I think.
I don't
But
know.
I'm not
My
sure.
friends told
I've
me
never
that.
heard that, actually.
Yeah, I think it does have the same world as Titanfall.
Oh, that's interesting.
I've never heard of that, but yeah.
What, Titanfall? Or
No, I've
they
never
being
heard of the
same?
concept that they've got the same world.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
right.
friend said it before, so I don't know if it is right. If it is wrong, everyone shit all over me. But
Hmm.
if it is, there you go.
I like you gave him an open invitation. If I'm wrong, shit over me. You could have said, like, I hope you won't, but you just gave him an invitation.
I mean,
Like,
whatever.
oh, you know.
But
Um,
yeah, the storyline to it, I agree, is something that can be quite important. Take an interest into the game and the whole reason
Yeah.
for it. And actually, for some reason, 100 people, go in there, just kill each other. Yeah, that's so boring. Like,
yeah, it is boring, but, like, I think when they and I know that when we was watching the live stream, they had a lot of different features and that they seemed like they wanted to add, like random occurrences happening in the match, or you come up with a choice where, like, it would be put to a vote of what can happen to the map, so you can get, like, low gravity or something like that. I think that's interesting. It may not work, but it's the fact that they've looked at it, they thought, okay, well, we can hop on this bandwagon, but how can we do it our way? Our own way. And I really respect that. Instead of just going, okay, well, let's just slap, like, some engine that we already have on it, and then we're done.
yeah. that, I think it is a very cool and interesting take on the whole battle royale scene, even if it
Yeah.
is overused in some people's opinions, or if people think that there needs to be more of it, whether that's more of the basic style or the kind of exquisite. There's a lot going on. It's going to be hectic. There's so much you can do. Kind of style. I feel like Hyperscape is going to be an interesting addition to it,
Yeah,
but I
agreed.
don't know if that's going to be a good addition yet. I've seen some gameplay of it, and it does look quite good now. But it is going to be an interesting one.
I mean, they could add in like a story part to it, where if you unlock certain parts of the story by doing certain things in the battle royale. Like you kill this many people, and you get you unlock part of the story that you can play. But that could be done to make
So
a
basically,
game more
having
unique.
the story linked with the battle royale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can have challenges and things like that where it gives you the story. Yeah, that'd be an interesting one actually.
Like, so do you know how they say that it's been hacked? Like,
Yeah.
they could add something in where you do this part of the story, and like do this achievement. The hacker notices you and gets in contact with you, and that like progresses the story over time.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever they do with it, I know it's gonna be weird to see, but I feel like it would be a good experience until people find out, oh yeah, well it is a good game or it is a bad game. But when it starts up, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
But
'Cause I
hopefully they
haven't
haven't
seen
built
much
it
of
up to just be like a generic game or generic. in
Yeah.
any way. That'd be quite annoying after all that build up.
Yeah. I think definitely though that they had a good live stream overall. I know like the I
The
think it was
sign-in
Project
problems.
Cars or something like that, or Cars. Or, I don't know. There was something about their car game. But
Trackmania.
I know I used. No, it wasn't Trackmania. No, they did talk about Trackmania, which apparently is really good. But there was also talking about their car. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
I'm not sure if it's
The
Project
second
Cars.
one,
It might be Project Cars 2 actually.
I don't think it is. I'll check later and I'll see. But even that looked really good, Matt, because I remember I've played the first one in the series.
Yeah. There was just the sign-in problems that was an issue during the stream.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I think other than that, it looked like a really, really good screen.
Yeah,
Stream.
they did
Not
notice it
screen.
though, and they did kind of do a lot about it because obviously they were going to give out Watch Dogs for everyone that like Watch Dogs 2 for everyone that actually watched a minute of the stream as logged in, but because it didn't happen, anyone who logged into the site afterwards and was like, oh yeah, I watched it, they got a free copy of Watch Dogs, which we now all have that.
Yeah. Well, it did take a while, but at least we got it for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So can't
really
I think
sorted
that's the important thing is that they messed up, and then instead of like being like, oh well, they said, okay, well we've messed up, and even for those who have maybe missed a stream, you can get it as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of improved upon the situation.
that's why
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft is actually they're very good devs.
Yeah. They care.
They're very much so down to earth in some sense,
I agree.
which is I guess is hard to say for a company that big.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, I think we're now an hour and 5 minutes into this. Well, actually, I say that it's now probably like an hour and no,
Hour.
it's about an hour. I think.
Yeah,
it
because the amount
is.
of time it took to actually build up.
Yeah.
We
to
shall not
start
talk
up.
about that. That never happened. Okay.
Ah, yeah, of
Um,
course.
So, hopefully there should be some Terraria footage in the bottom right corner.
I hope you like my
um,
gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supplied for him. So if it's boring, blame him. If you want us to talk about anything in particular in the comments, that doesn't make sense, does it? If you want to, rather, hang on, sorry.
If you ask any
Give me a second.
questions,
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Ask some questions. Anything you want us to talk about in the section about us.
Yeah. We're gonna have a
Um,
Q&A section. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's if we get enough questions, because if not, we can probably just put up some questions of our own as well.
Yeah,
get
over
0
time,
comments.
it'll get better.
But yeah, no, in general though, if you want us to talk about anything, like any games or things that you have coming up, or maybe you want to suggest some animes to us or shows to watch, just anything in general that you want to suggest, please comment down below.
Yep.
And anyway, that's been all from us.
That's all from us here, guys, and we hope that you do enjoy. We hope that you will give us some feedback, some good questions for us to, and topics obviously to come over in the next few podcasts that we do. And goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.